So hopefully on Tuesday, which was April 14th, you turned in a picture of your tessellation tile. After that, on Wednesday was when your ideas were due. So these 3 sketches of 3 different ideas for designs that you could make a tile into, that was due on April 15th. And so once you've got your ideas figured out, we're gonna narrow it down to 1 or 2. I would suggest that you narrow it down to just 1 because that's easier. But if you really want to challenge yourself and you really love 2 of your images, you could technically do this with 2 different images. So here we're going to move on to the next step. Some of you might be doing this over the weekend or maybe on Monday because you're still working on your idea sketches. But as soon as you're ready to move on to the big paper, this big paper is 12 inches by 18 inches. It's very large. This is the paper that you can come get at the school. It is on the art porch, we call that. It is Miss Brown's back porch to her classroom. It is in the back left corner of the school. And when you drive up to it, we're gonna have some paper out, and then we're gonna set a book on top of all the papers so that they don't blow away in the wind. Now, if it is pouring down rain, we're not going to have the paper out. If the paper is out while it's raining, then all of the paper in the whole stack is going to get super wet and wrinkly. And so if it's pouring down rain, don't come out here. But if it's not, then drive out and there should be paper on the back porch for you. Grab 2 or 3 pieces so that you have enough for this project and for the next projects. So once you got your big paper, we are going to trace your tile onto it as a tessellation. When you do this, we are going to be starting, really you could start anywhere. I like to start right in the middle though. I think that's a good place to be. And so when I start, steady hands, you want to try to keep your tile as still as possible because we're going to want to make all of these pieces fit together like a puzzle, just right. And if they are off just a little bit, then it's going to cause you to not be able to tessellate these correctly. It makes your life a whole lot more difficult. So keep it still, keep it steady. If you want to tape it to your paper each time, you could. Just be careful you don't tear it. And then take your time tracing. Do not draw your fun details inside of this yet. There are going to be a bunch of different options for ways to add color to this, and I'm going to talk more about that next week. And so if you add your designs on the inside right now, like if I was going to use my chameleon, don't draw your chameleon yet. We're going to do that after you have traced all of your tessellation pieces. Okie dokie. Each time you trace it, you should be able to scooch it one direction and it fits. Or you could scooch it another direction and it fits. You could pick a direction where you want to scooch it and it should very nicely fit inside the last traced shape that you made. you can see I've traced my tile a whole bunch of times all over the entire paper. Each place where it goes off the edge, you just continue tracing it and then draw your line off the edge, and that piece you can see a portion of it, and that is perfectly fine. So tessellate your image, trace it on there so that it fits like a puzzle. If yours is not fitting like a puzzle, if you can't make it work, then it is possible that when you cut out and attached your sides of your tile, that you did it wrong. So double check, did the piece that's on your tile, I guess we cut it this way, didn't we? The piece that was on the top should be on the bottom, facing the same direction. The piece that was on the left should be over here on the right, facing the same direction. So double check your tile, and that would be the reason why it's not fitting if you have one that's not fitting. So this is going to be due later. Keep working on it. Don't add any color to it yet. Don't draw your details inside of each one yet, because I want to tell you all sorts of different options that you have. We are going to be adding color to this though.